She goes by the name of Miss Melanie Fiona. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
That's all right. First time in London?
No.
London veteran.
I wish. I'm a London veteran at work. No, this is my third time, actually. I recorded here, was on tour with Kanye. Now we're here for promo.
Oh, yeah, I read that.
Yes.
How was your first taste of the UK then?
I love it. It's exactly what I thought it would be. I fell in love here. It's beautiful. Reminds me a lot of home in Canada.
I was actually going to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're from Toronto,
That's
right?
That's right, I am.
And that's quite cosmopolitan as well.
Yeah, it's very mixed, very multicultural. But over here, I love the architecture. It's beautiful. It's just, I feel like I'm in a movie walking down the street. You
know what? It's one of those things you don't actually appreciate when you actually live here.
Right.
Sometimes it's good to take time out and just like look around and appreciate the beautiful city that we're in. Now, we just heard the first single, which is Give It To Me Right. Interestingly, sampling the Zombies, Time of the Season.
That's right.
So you must have an eclectic musical background to go for that. So what inspired taking that sample?
You know, I grew up listening to a lot of different kinds of music, was influenced by a lot of different kinds of music. I'm West Indian. My parents listened to a lot of soul, and growing up in Canada, exposed to a lot of hip-hop, pop, R&B, and, you know, reggae, naturally. So, you know, I really wanted to make music that was what I was influenced by. So it's something old, something new. And The Time of the Season is such a classic record, and, you know, people are familiar with it. Even if they don't know the actual record of Time of the Season, they know they've heard that doom, doom, doom. They know. You
know what, though? It actually started an argument in here when I first played it, because someone else was trying to tell me it was another record that easily gets confused with it.
Is it something... Oh, you know what? People write on my YouTube page all the time.
They think it's Stand By Me.
You know what? It's a similar lick.
It's a little bit, yeah.
It is a similar lick. But you know, so exactly. I'm not the first person to sample other people. It's the same.
Exactly.
It is. It's the same chord progression, bass line. So yeah. So, you know, I just wanted to make a record, something old, something new, and it was classic. Do a new spin on it, empowerment of women, and just a really no-nonsense kind of anthem.
So what inspired it? Was it just like weak men?
No.
Bad relationships? Just we call them waste men over here. Waste men.
Bad men. No, you know what it is? It's kind of like just a mentality I have across the board. Life, relationships, friends, work, it doesn't matter. I feel like give it to me right or don't give it to me at all is just a great motto. Men or women.
Are you a perfectionist?
Absolutely.
Oh, really?
Absolutely.
So people around you need to be able to deal with that.
Absolutely. That's why I'm single. You got to be able to keep up. That's it.
Fellas, it's gonna be hard, isn't it?
That's the challenge. I'm challenging these men to step it up. Give it to us women right.
Maybe it's the UK man that can actually stand up and actually give it to you right.
Maybe. I'm okay. Call in. Where are you?
Let's get into another track. I want to go into this because I'm really loving this. It Kills Me.
Ooh, you are playing this record.
All right, let's get into it.
Okay.
Stick around. DJ Swerve, Miss Melanie Fiona in the building, just enjoying that record there. It Kills Me. I'm spotting a pattern though. I'm spotting a pattern. There've been some. The men, right, just haven't. I might be doing a Dr. Phil here. The men in your life don't seem to have been right, have they?
Oh no. No. Some of them have been right, but not right. Not the right ones.
Okay, for that time, because it's obviously to do with timing and stuff.
Absolutely.
Talking of good timing though, see how I fit that. Speaking of good timing. SRC, which is the label you're signed to.
Yes.
Steve Rifkin Corporation.
That's right.
Same label as a certain Mr. Asher Roth that passed through.
That's right. And Akon.
Yeah.
And Wu-Tang.
Everyone on there, man.
And everyone else.
So collabos, right? This is what I was going to ask you, because obviously, like, Asher's got such a lot of heat on him at the moment. You've got a lot of heat on you. I'm thinking that a collabo would be really interesting.
I'm thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
I think that would be great. Ash is so great. He's so talented, and we tried to do that in the past. It just never worked out. Get so busy scheduling and things like that. But absolutely, I'd love him to jump on one of my records and me on one of his. He's gonna make it happen.
So your album, The Bridge, is going to be due for a summer release.
That's right.
What can you tell us about The Bridge?
The Bridge is a real reflection of what influenced me musically and culturally. I think that if people listen to it, you get a good sense of, you know, real stories and real lyrical content with live instrumentation and just, you know, a real feeling of soul. I made the album for what I thought people wanted to hear music come back to, I think, and wanted to make a real classic, timeless body of work that 10 years from now you go back to relive the emotions all over again, and it never gets tired. So yeah, the bridging the gap between genres of music and countries. Here I am in the UK, and you know, spreading the word of music. So that's the bridge.
Well, you're talking about different genres.
Yeah.
We're going to go to another track now, Sad Songs.
Yeah.
Which is kind of using Janet Kay, Silly Games.
Mm-hmm.
What made you pick that? Because you know what, taking these things isn't going to be cheap in terms of like check publishing. I know how this works. People listening at home, you know, there's a certain amount that's divided up between the producer and then there's publishing for the songwriting. And you've probably seen the paperwork, how that it gets cut.
Yeah. And
So-
fees and royalties and.
And I was thinking about it today when I was going to ask you, you know, like hats off to you, because obviously you're not doing that for the money. There's obviously for the artistic love.
You know
Otherwise
what?
you'd have tried to replay it or something like that.
It absolutely is. I just feel like, you know, the bridge being such a representation of something old and something new, I felt like having samples from songs that people are familiar with is a great way to, you know, have people who are familiar with the songs when they came out reminisce, and then have a newer generation coming up be educated on what, you know, is coming back. And I have no problems. I do this really as I'm a new artist. I've got to pay my dues. I've got to, you know, give homage to where it's deserving. So I feel great. And Silly Games is such a great record because me being West Indian, it's a great reflection. I feel like it's a great way for me to tell another story of who I am culturally.
Is it easy to write to a song that's such a classic, a new melody to it? I always wonder.
You know, sometimes it is. Sometimes it is. The writer of this record is a writer by the name of Andrea Martin, and she's also wrote Give It To Me Right. Her and I worked very close on the album together. Fantastic artist, songwriter, singer, producer, and she's just so talented. And to be honest, working with her is a teacher-student relationship.
Right. Okay.
I've learned so much from her and how to write a hit song, how to write a classic song, and you know, I think it's always great when you can recycle great songs and keep the memory alive, keep the energy alive, keep the soul alive. So.
Definitely. Look, Melanie, thanks for passing through. I know you've had a very long, busy day.
It was all worth it for this. Thank you guys.
I'd have never known if you hadn't have said it. So, you know, the door's always open here. Obviously, want to hear some more music from you.
Absolutely.
Gonna leave with this one.
Sad Song.